Right guys, welcome back. It's me, Christian. Today I'm going to answer a question from a subscriber, which is this. What is an example of a healthy test by a woman, and could the wrong response cause a healthy woman to monkey branch? Right here we have a man that doesn't understand the difference between testing and flat out disrespect. But I also know that many men, such as most of you watching, do not understand and are unable to distinguish between the two. So this is what I'm going to break down today. First of all, let's break down his email, answer his question, and then I'm going to give an example on this. So Jimmy writes in and he says, "Hey Christian, I've been watching your content since getting monkey branched by my ex-girlfriend 6 months ago. Your videos have really helped me understand that A, she wasn't a woman worth keeping in my life, and B, I need to be better at enforcing boundaries. Unfortunately, I still have moments of doubt about how things ended between us. You mentioned that women will naturally test their man and that it is the man's job to call her out on the BS. My question today is, what is an example of a healthy test by a woman, and could the wrong response cause a healthy woman to monkey branch?" Okay. During the last week of our relationship, she brought the old friend who would eventually replace me to a baseball game with us. Man, what is she doing here? Trying to hit a home run? I played it cool and did not make a big deal of her inviting another guy. In this situation, should I have shown strength and called her out on the BS and risked looking jealous, or did I do the right thing as she was going to leave no matter what? You definitely did the wrong thing here. In this situation, you don't sit there and play it cool. That isn't testing. That is disrespect. That is a woman that does not value the sanctity and the commitment of your relationship. You can tell by her actions that her heart isn't with you, that she doesn't see you as the man she desires. You're not her first draft pick. Whether this woman is narcissistic, emotionally immature, emotionally unstable, whether she has issues from her childhood or past relationships, it doesn't matter. All we can see here is this woman has not pair bonded with you. She doesn't respect you or love you. And this has nothing to do with you. It is to do with her. She's settled for you. She doesn't see you as a man she really wants. Now, you haven't given me much background information on her. So I'm only going off of what I can see by her behavior. And it is a clear indication of a woman that has some serious unhealed trauma. Okay? Why do I know this? Because good women that are feminine, that are stable, that even if she doesn't respect you, she respects herself, they are not going to monkey branch or cheat. If a good woman is unhappy or unfulfilled in her relationship, she will communicate that to you. If you are unable to change, she will test you in hopes that you stay strong and that you prove to her that you are a man worthy of her submission. If you are unable to show her that, she will lose emotional attraction, she will lose respect for you, and what will she do? She leaves the relationship. She remains single, she heals, and then when she's ready, down the line she finds somebody else. That is what good women do with a healthy self-esteem. But when I'm looking at your ex and seeing what she did, and that she monkey bunched on you, which isn't just cheating, she gets into a relationship with the man she cheats on you with. That is something that individuals that are seriously damaged do. Okay? A good woman is not going to do that to you. And that has nothing to do with you passing or failing tests. Okay? So, you said that you played it cool and did not make a big deal of her inviting this guy over to the baseball game. You should have. Because what did he say, fellas? Should I have shown strength and called her out on her BS and risked looking jealous? What does it matter how you look in her eyes? You deserve to feel jealous. This is righteous jealousy. You're in a relationship. You're committed. You're supposed to be faithful to one another. She's betraying you in your face. You're damn right you stand up for yourself. Whatever her name is, Jessica, I don't know what the hell you think you're doing, but between you and me, we're done. You stand up and you leave. Are you going to sit there like a cuck? I mean, you're at an event with a girl that's supposed to be your girlfriend. someone you could consider to be your future spouse, and she's going to bring a man to a baseball game with you, and you're going to sit there with him and with her and play it cool? There is no playing it cool. What about your self-respect? In that situation, you stand up, you look her in the eyes, and you tell her you're done. If you do not have the testosterone to do that, you must, whether you eat more meat, work out, get enough sleep, stop jerking off, do something, but raise your testosterone to where you get enough balls to leave. Because that's the only appropriate response in this situation. That's how you play it cool. Oh, you're worried. See, guys, why are you worried about looking jealous? Hello, your jealousy in this case isn't based on any insecurity. It's based on righteous truth. She's dishonored you as a man. You have every right to walk away, look her in the eyes and tell her you're done. Okay? That's what you should have done. Now that I've got that off my chest. Okay? So that's number one. That's the first thing that should have happened. There is no playing it cool there. But again, you have identified, Jimmy, as you said at the beginning of the email, that you need to learn to enforce your boundaries. Your boundaries have nothing to do with other people's feelings. It has to do with you. At first, it takes courage, but once you do it a few times, you build up confidence. Okay? Doesn't matter what reaction you get from other women, your boundaries are for you and to keep you protected and safe from those that will wish you harm. So, you must enforce your boundaries. Okay? Whether they leave you, whether they stay, whether you're forced to walk away, your boundaries, your self-respect, your dignity comes first. The next time around, if you ever date a woman that even attempts to bring a male friend into your life, or you're at a baseball game or a football game or a basketball game, whatever, and she brings a guy with her, at that point you know that woman doesn't love or respect you, and you just have to walk away instead of waiting for her to leave you. Or did I do the right thing and she was going to leave no matter what? No, you didn't do the right thing. As I mentioned, you should have stood up for yourself. However, she was going to leave no matter what. But at least in that case, you have a chance to leave before letting her dishonor you even more, right? So now let's get into his question, right? Testing. Guys, why do women test men? Women are the weaker sex, right? A woman is physically weaker. Therefore, how can she protect herself from abusive men? Men that could take advantage or hurt her. She has to test. You see, when a woman tests you, there is no evil motive behind it. It's not to disrespect you or cause you pain or emasculate you. Okay? A woman that is feminine and stable will test you to determine whether you are a strong man who is confident that she can trust in, who's worthy of her submission, she can relax around you, be feminine, and give herself to you. Or if she's having any doubts, and this is when you'll see women test you, let's say you've been showing weakness, insecurities, you've been verbally abusive to her, you've been violent towards her, you've been unfaithful towards her, you have broken your promises, you have shown an inability to lead her and keep her safe, you don't have your life in order. Any combination of any of the things I've just mentioned is what is going to cause your woman to test you. Because when she starts to see that and she doubts, I'm not sure if he's masculine or confident or strong. I'm not sure if he can stand up for himself or for me. What is she going to do to determine? To give her that confirmation? That little suspicion she has that you may be weak? She tests. But it's always subtle. Now, doesn't mean if you fail one test, she's going to leave. She will test again and again and again. And the test may get a little bit more serious. Because they usually start off as something subconscious. Okay? Something very small. If you pass it, you won't even notice it. She'll go right back to being feminine and sweet around you. But the more mistakes you make, the more weakness you show in her eyes, then naturally she's going to have to test you more. Because when you show up to your relationship and you're feminine, you're insecure, you don't have the balls to stand up for yourself, you don't know which direction you're heading as a man, naturally your girl is going to get scared because the feminine relies on the masculine. Okay, so she looks to you as the leader, as her man. She depends on you. How can she depend on you if you're scared? How can she depend on you if you're untrustworthy? If you break your word? So she must test you, you see. So a woman's intention behind the testing is always pure. It's to either love and respect you with more femininity from her heart, or to protect herself, right, and say, you know what, he's a weak man, he's unworthy of my submission, I can't trust in him, it's a turn off, I need to find a stronger man, and that's the way it is. Now, what is an example of a healthy test? All right, let's say for the last month, you've been moaning, complaining every single day to your woman about how much you hate your job, how unhappy you are. And I'll explain to you from this in what way she could test you, which may be very subtle. So you come home, as most couples do, and you discuss, how your day was. Now, you don't like your job, you want to leave, but you're stuck in the situation, you don't know what side hustle to start or what other options there are out there for you. Now, instead of you taking action and looking for a way out, facing the obstacles and the challenges at hand and pushing through, you come home and instead of saying that to your girl, you know what, it's been a bad day at work, but you know what, despite that, there's a few things I can do and I'll be fine, I'll push through, it's no big deal, I'm just going to come out stronger out of this. Instead of you saying that, which was what you should do, you come home and you start telling her, yeah, I'm very unhappy, things aren't going well, I don't know what I'm going to do, kind of scared to be honest. If you come home and you say things like that to your woman for 1 month straight, you're going to see a change in her behavior. At first, her femininity is going to kick in. She's going to be sweet and nurturing. She's going to want to tend to you, find ways to support you and encourage you to be a man. But it's only going to go so far because it's up to you to lead. And the true measure of a man is when he's faced with problems and struggles and adversity, how does he handle them? Does he face that with courage? Does he push through? Does he look for answers? Or does he shy away and cower? Does he become fearful and insecure? And your woman's going to pay attention to that. Because if you remain strong and let's say instead of coming home and moaning, as I mentioned, you say to her, you know what, things haven't been going well at work, but I'll be fine, I'll push through. And then you actually take corrective measures and steps to improve your situation. And she sees that you're looking for answers, you're finding solutions, you're taking action, you're doing something, right? You're heading in the right path. As a man does, you're leading, you're going first, right? When she sees you do that, guess what? She'll be by your side. She will support you. She will be submissive. She will respect you more because she's like, you know what? He's going through something, but instead of coming home and whining like a girl, as a man, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's just getting it done. That's going to make him more attracted to you, love and respect you even more, and she will want to honor you. And you will get the most submissive version of your woman, the most feminine, the most softest girl. She will trust in your decision making. She will trust in your leadership. She won't test you. Do you know why? Because you're being a man. You're embodying what it means to be masculine. There's a challenge, you go for it. You're faced with adversity, you deal with it. No crying, no moaning, you get it done. Therefore, she can relax and be feminine around you and be submissive because she knows if this man is this confident when things aren't going well for him at work, in his business or his career, then I know I can trust in him to keep me safe. Because even through it all, he's looking for a path. He's looking for a way out of the jungle, right? He's finding solutions. He's making moves. So she can trust in you when you make a decision. When you say you want to do something or let's go here, she's not going to test you or fight it on it. Whatever you say goes because she knows that you embody what it means to be masculine. You display leadership qualities and traits for your own life. Therefore, she follows you because you're leading yourself. Now, instead of you doing that, what do? You come home, you moan, you cry, you complain. You tell her that you're fearful about how things are going at work with your business, and you don't know if things are going to go very well. And for the entire month, you come home, and that is what you do on repeat. So as I mentioned, at first, she's going to be sweet, right? She's going to try and support you. She's going to encourage you to be masculine. But then, after a month of you acting like such a little girl, now she's going to take a step back. Now she's going to start to think to herself, is there a chance that my boyfriend is weak? Because I've not seen him do anything positive. I've not seen him put any foot forward to change his situation. All he does is come home and complain. He doesn't seem happy. I've tried to help him and it's done nothing. Well, if he doesn't know where he's heading in life, how am I going to feel safe and protected by him? So do you know what she's going to do? Now she's going to test you. Now you're going to see every decision you make. When you make plans, she will try and change it. She'll try and test you on it. Because now she needs an answer to confirm her suspicion that you are weak, or that you hopefully prove her wrong and that you show her that you actually are strong. And until you pass some tests, she's not going to be feminine and submit to you, which is why she's going to test you now. So after this month of you being like a cuck, let's say you sit down and you say, hey, hun, tomorrow let's watch the new James Bond movie. Gonna go to the cinema, watch the new James Bond film. And she's like, okay, great, sounds cool. Tomorrow comes along, you get your jacket, you're gonna leave. And she says, actually, I don't want to go watch the James Bond movie. Can we watch this Disney movie instead? Now, if you aren't aware of what's been going on the past month, you wouldn't even see this as a test. You think, oh, maybe she just wants to watch a different movie. No. She's made plans with you. She knows how much of a big fan you are of James Bond. You've been looking forward to watch the last movie with Daniel Craig as James Bond. So, if what you say goes, she'd happily want to enjoy the movie with you because just being in your presence makes her happy. But because being in your presence makes her feel unsure and uncertain because of how feminine you've been behaving, now she's going to test you, just like that. No, let's watch the Disney movie instead. And what you say in response determines whether her emotional attraction goes up or goes down. See, this is a healthy test. She's not disrespecting you. She's not insulting you or emasculating you. She's testing you, right? So the way you would pass this test is say, well, you know what, hun, we've made plans. I love James Bond. I grew up with all the movies. This is the last one of Daniel Craig. Come on, let's go to the cinema and enjoy it. I want to watch it. Now, if from your tone of voice and your body language, you display enough confidence, she will go, okay, fine, you're right, we'll watch a Disney movie another time. And then you'll see, automatically she relaxes back into her femininity. Now, that would be the first step in the right direction. Because now she's seeing, okay, he stood up for himself. He stuck to what he wanted to do. I know he's been having a bad month where he's been complaining and moaning, but okay, maybe he's starting to show a bit more strength because, I mean, he's standing up to me, which is a good thing, right? I tried to change plans and he stuck to his word. Okay, I mean, she will still test you, but it's a start. So it puts your relationship back in a positive light because now she's seeing you at least be a little bit stronger than you have been the last month. Just on something as small as a movie, guys. Whereas if you give her the other response, which is, okay, I mean, yeah, we can watch a Disney movie instead. At that point, she knows you don't want to watch the Disney movie. You're only saying you want to watch the Disney movie to keep the peace because you're just happy enough to spend time with her. Even though you detest the Disney movie and she knows you've been going on about the last James Bond movie for the last month and you can't wait to get tickets and go and see it, and she's changing plans at the last minute, she knows at that point, okay, he's been acting like a total girl the last month. He's not been handling things in his own personal life. He's not been behaving like a man. And now he's made plans with me to watch a movie he loves dearly and he cannot wait to see. And I've just gone and said, let's watch a Disney movie. I've batted my eyelashes, and it's that alone is enough for him to change his decision. Okay, now he's doing what I want to do. And he sure as hell doesn't want to watch that Disney movie. He's just afraid that I'm going to turn around and say, no, I don't want to go with you. And then he would submit to me. So at that point, you fail the test. Now you confirm to her on a deeper level, even though it's a movie, that how weak you've been acting the last month may very well be true, and you'll see her testing get harder. And obviously there's a different scenario where when you say, come on babe, let's watch the movie, she may falter up and say, no, I don't want to go and watch it with you, because she's still not sure that you could probably just be saying that, but you're not really being strong. At that point, to truly remain in your masculine, you simply walk out the door and go by yourself. And then one or two things are going to happen. Either she turns up, says, okay, fine, I'll come with you. And she relaxes back into her feminine because she sees you push through it even more, that you actually go along with your plans. Or if she wants to test you even harder because her heart is still so hardened at you for being so weak, she's just going to fold her arms and say, you go by yourself. Even if you go along, you've passed the test, you have, but because you've been acting so weak, she remains at home. Okay? She stays by herself to still test you. But what you will notice is when you do come back home, she's going to more likely apologize, relax and be submissive because she's testing you even when you're gone. Because you've gone to the cinema by yourself, you've displayed the ultimate strength. That, okay, he doesn't need me. He can go by himself. So he actually has kept his word. And she just needed to see for the James Bond movie was 3 hours, by the way. During those 3 hours that you were gone, that you actually remained strong and you remained true to your word. So when she comes back, she's had that time to actually think about it and go, you know what? He has been weak the past month. I said no to him. He went and watched the movie, right? He could have simply turned around and come home. He could have fought me on it, but he just simply remained calm and assertive and went by himself. Okay, I mean, it takes confidence. So even though he's been weak the past month, maybe he's going to change. Maybe he's going to be stronger again because he stood up to me. He was able to go without me. And do you know what she'll do when you come home? She'll be more feminine. She will apologize to you and she will try and make it up to you. And so you may be thinking, but why would she do that? It's because you've been being so weak for the past month that even with something, guys, as small as a movie, this is what she can do. And that is an example of a healthy test. It may seem complex to a man that has no understanding of femininity and masculinity, but to men that have awareness and the knowledge, it is very obvious to see why she's doing such a thing. Okay, so just to recap, if you have a situation like that, even if you go out for dinner and it's the same thing, I don't want to go there with you. I don't want to go. I want to go to this restaurant. You go to the restaurant that you made plans with by yourself. And those two things are going to happen. She says, okay, I'm fine, I'm sorry, and she goes with you. Or she stays home to see if you come back. And if you remain strong, when you come back through the door, she apologizes and she will make it up to you. But you will have gained more of her trust and more of her submission because you remain strong. So guys, sometimes that's just what's going to happen. When you are so weak and so effeminate in your relationship and you complain and moan instead of handling challenges or obstacles in your life, what's going to happen? The more weakness you show, the more she's going to test you. The more strength you show to your woman, and guess what? The less testing she's going to do, the more feminine she's going to be around you. Because most of her femininity is going to play off of your masculinity. The more masculine you are, the more feminine she is. And that's how you have to keep it. Men lead, women follow. Because the man is the head of the home, but the woman is the heart of the house. Okay? The head makes the decisions. Okay? It's on you. You have to control the flow and the direction. It doesn't matter how emotional she gets. So when she tests you, see it as an opportunity to deepen your love, to deepen your connection, especially if you've been having problems or you've gotten complacent. When you show that strength and that dominance again, that is the only time she's going to open herself back up And after a few times of testing, it could be a few weeks or a few months of her testing you, eventually she'll relax into her femininity, be submissive, and you'll get the best version of your woman. Providing she's pair bonded with you, she's naturally feminine, she's obviously emotionally stable. So all in all, guys, that is kind of like a complex example of what a healthy test is. I could do 20 or 50 different examples, but I wanted to share this one so you kind of get a general idea of what testing is overall. So yeah, there's a difference. This is testing. But what happened to Jimmy here, where his girl simply decided to bring a guy to the baseball game with him, that's not testing, that is disrespect. There is no way around it. So if you're new to the channel and you've just stumbled across my content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be up to date whenever I upload a new video. If you would like to reach out to me privately, whether it's booking a coaching call, sharing your situation with me, or asking me any other questions, such as Jimmy did in this video, the email will be down in the description for you to do so. And you also have my permission to share my content with friends and family and anybody you know who may benefit from my work or who may need my help. And for all my long-term subscribers, I keep you guys in my heart. Thank you for all the love and support. Hope you all have a lovely Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next one.